The headlines: President Muhammadu Buhari to attend Ghana's 61st independence anniversary. APC wins all 18 chairmanship seats in Edo Council polls. Nigeria spends 774 million naira daily on fuel subsidy. The European Union and Germany announced financial package to boost Nigeria's power sector. Welcome to the news at this hour on TelevIsion Nigerian. I am Cynthia Agbo. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari will on Monday depart for Accra to attend Ghana's 61st independence anniversary scheduled for Tuesday, the 6th of March 2018. According to a statement on Sunday by his special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the president is the only foreign leader invited to the event holding at the Independence Square as special guest of honor. President Buhari will use the unique opportunity to reaffirm the long-standing warm relationship between the people and government of Nigeria and Ghana, and will also underscore Nigeria's commitment to strengthening the bilateral ties in furtherance of democracy, good governance and overall development in the West African sub-region and the African continent. The president, along with his entourage, are expected to return to Abuja after the celebrations on Tuesday. The All Progressive Congress APC has won all the 18 chairmanship seats in Saturday's local government elections in Edo State. The chairman of the Edo State Independent Electoral Commission, Professor Stanley Orobato, announced the results of the council polls in Benin on Sunday. Orobato said the exercise was rancor-free and that there was no reported case of violence across the state during the election. He further stated that certificates of return would be given to the winners on Monday. Speaking at a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, an elated governor of the state, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, said that the new helmsman of the local council in the state will deepen his brand of strategic leadership at the 18th local government council to ensure that those at the grassroots enjoy result-oriented governance. The political parties took part in the council polls while the main opposition, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), boycotted the election. Nigeria spent 774 million naira daily to subsidize over 50 million liters of petroleum. The group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mekanti Baru, made this disclosure when he led a management team of the corporation on a visit to the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service in Abuja. Buhari stated that the huge fund was due to the proliferation of petrol stations in communities with international land and coastal borders across the country, which had given way to cross-border smuggling of petrol to neighboring countries. According to him, detailed study conducted by NNPC indicated strong correlation between the presence of the frontier stations and the activities of fuel smugglers, adding that the activities of the smugglers led to the recent abnormal surge in the evacuation of petrol from less than 35 billion liters per day to more than 60 million liters per day, which was in sharp contrast with established national consumption pattern. Buhari explained that because of the obvious differential in petrol price between Nigeria and other neighboring countries, it had become lucrative for the smugglers to use the frontier stations as a veritable conduit for the smuggling of products across the border, saying these had resulted in a thriving market for Nigerian petrol in all the neighboring countries. In his reaction, the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Ali, pledged that the service would work with the corporation to stem the tide of cross-border smuggling of petroleum products, noting that all hands must be on deck to ensure the economic survival of the country. After the break, the European Union and Germany to announce financial package to boost Nigeria's power sector and more.
Tune in and stay tuned to TVN, TelevIsion Nigeria, broadcast beyond boundaries.
Thanks for staying with us. The European Union and Germany are to support further development in Nigeria's power sector, especially renewable energy, with a financial package worth 33 million euros. Ina Homas, program head of the Nigerian Energy Support Program, managed by the German cooperation agency GIZ, said this at an event in Abuja where the GIZ presented a compendium of its achievements in the first phase of the energy support project. Homer stated that the EU would provide 20 million euros in the program, while the German government, through its Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, will give 13 million euros in support. The program would ensure that up to 500 megawatts of solar photovoltaic electricity would be procured and generated to serve about 100,000 people as part of its schedule. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has directed candidates for the 2018 UTME to start printing their examination notification slip from Tuesday, March 6. The board's head of Media and Information Department, Fabian Benjamin, said in Lagos on Sunday that arrangement had been concluded for the successful conduct of the examinations, scheduled to hold from March 9 to March 17. The board advised the candidates to ensure that their slips are printed before Friday, March 9, in order to familiarize themselves with examination schedules, as it will not entertain any form of excuse nor reschedule the examination for any candidate that fails to adhere strictly to the examination schedule, as stated. Over 1.6 million candidates are expected to write the examination in 602 centers across the country. And in business, all benchmark indices at the Nigerian Stock Exchange (NSE) closed on the upside, which marks a major contrast to the downtrend in the global stock markets. The all-share index rose from last week's opening index of 42,570 points to close the week at 42,876 points. Aggregate market value of all quoted equities also improved from the week's value on board of 15.2 trillion naira to close the week at 15.4 trillion naira. Further price movement analysis showed that there was 38 advances against 45 decliners during the week, compared with 23 advances against 54 decliners recorded in the previous week. 89 equities remained unchanged last week, as against 95 equities that closed unchanged in the previous week. On the foreign scene, the United States Justice Department Special Counsel Robert Mueller has indicted 13 Russian nationals in 3 Russian entities for allegedly meddling in the 2016 United States presidential election. Charging them with conspiracy to defraud the United States, the defendant allegedly conducted what they called information warfare against the United States, with the stated goal of spreading distrust towards the candidate and the political system in general. Mueller had convened a grand jury as part of his investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, as well as any possible connection between Russia and Trump campaign associates. The sweeping indictment described in detail an unprecedented campaign by Russia to influence the 2016 presidential election, affirming the long-standing conclusions of the U.S. intelligence community. It is at odds with President Donald Trump's repeated questioning of those conclusions, which had continued throughout his first year in office. To end the news bulletin, a recap of the major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari to attend Ghana's 61st independence anniversary. APC wins all 18 chairmanship seats in Edo Council polls. Nigeria spends 774 million naira daily on fuel subsidy. The European Union and Germany announced financial package to boost Nigeria power sector. That's the news on TelevIsion Nigerian. I am Cynthia Agbo.